First things first when rebuilding the New York Jets is simply to rehire Coach Adam Gase. Now, you might be wondering why the Jets should consider rehiring Adam Gase, because you really shouldn't trust him with even a Pop Warner middle school team, but hear me out. Coach Gase is so bad that other teams might consider actually paying you, the New York Jets, to keep him, adding room to cap space for the free agency. And speaking of free agency, part number 2 is the Jets should go out and sign every single player on the Pittsburgh Steelers defense, from TJ Watt to Minkah Fitzpatrick. The Steelers have the #1 defense in the NFL, and the Jets have the worst defense in the NFL. So I think it's just quite simple putting it together. Trade and sign, do whatever you have. You might have to lose a couple picks, but I think it's really possible to make a deal for the entire Steelers defensive roster, every single one of them, from first stringers to fifth stringers, people on the practice squad, every single one of them, and I think it is very possible. And speaking of other moves very possible, with the 3rd pick, I think that the New York Jets, with their first overall pick, instead of drafting Trevor Lawrence, they trade that Trevor Lawrence pick and Sam Darnold easily to the Chiefs to get Patrick Mahomes. Now that guy, I'd say Patrick Mahomes is a top 10 quarterback. You know, he's pretty good. He can throw a ball pretty far, and he's also pretty accurate. But, you know, if they are going to get Patrick Mahomes, they are going to need some weapons, because the Jets do have the worst wide receiver core in all of football. So the easiest solution for that is to go to the Buccaneers and simply trade for all 3 of their wide receivers, Mike Evans, Antonio Brown, and Chris Godwin. Now, having an elite wide receiver core like that is going to make it super easy for Patrick Mahomes just to dominate over the field. And with the Jets not having the most garbage offensive line of all time, that going to the Seattle Seahawks, there's not much work that needs to be done there. Last is they need to get a running back. And would you know, they have a division opponent who just happens to have an injured running back in Saquon Barkley. Now, the Jets and the Giants might be able to pull off a deal. I mean, they are in the same city, so they might be able to piece something together to get this injured Saquon, as the Giants might no longer want him. And then the last and the final step would be for the Jets to simply relocate their team to Orlando, because that is where the Pro Bowl is. And due to the Jets, none of them taking part in the Pro Bowl because they're all garbage, they could spend their time trying to tamper and kidnap players who are in the Pro Bowl, so maybe they can actually get some talented people and learn how to play football. But I mean, if you like and you agree, make sure to go down below and like and subscribe. If you know anybody who works for the New York Jets, make sure to forward this video to them. They might actually learn some football 101 from this. You know, you never know. And anyway, it's Horsey. We out.